Well, good morning, Get Wrecked for Recovery crew. So it's day number 30 of the Redeeming Eden Cycle Tour. RECT, Get Wrecked for Recovery. A 48-state, 4-year ride for addiction recovery awareness. Each day I pedal for someone who's passed away from addiction. And the whole end goal is to build a rehab. And this is state number 34 and a half, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, on the Ride to RAGBRAI 2022. A 4,500-mile loop around the Midwest, Ohio to Erie Trail, Michigan's Upper Peninsula, Glacier National Park, south to Yellowstone, and east to RAGBRAI the last week of July. And it's all to raise awareness that addiction recovery options are available, that you don't have to die in your addiction. There's churches, Celebrate Recoveries, and rescue missions all over the nation, all over the world, that just want to help you and talk to you and love you if you find yourself battling addiction. So, yeah, a really good night last night. However, it rained all night. I slept very little, very little. I was up almost all night. Anytime I would fall asleep, the big waterfall down here, the Rapid River part of Rapid River, and the cold air kept making me think that the air conditioner, I'd left the air conditioner on. Like there was just this low drone and it was cold and I was like, oh, I need to get up and turn that off. And so then I'd be up again for a while, and then just the pouring rain. It was so rainy all night. It actually is going to rain some more on my way into Marquette today. And I want to do today different. So 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, those are usually the length of rehabilitation programs. I would like Redeeming Eden to be a 90-day program with the option to stay for a year for like an extended stay or some kind of thing. And so these days are really big. You know, one thing that I've found often is that people ask me, well, what are you praying for as you go throughout the day? You're praying for these families. And I am, and I'm also praying for the people that will come to the rehab. They may not even be born yet, and I'm already praying for them like a person, like a husband and wife would pray for a child they haven't had yet. And so I'm just praying that God would use the situations in their life to bring them just to a place of brokenness where they can heal, but that they wouldn't die. And so today, with it being a 30-day marker, you know, a lot of what I do is really a burden. I leave my family. I miss my family. I cannot explain the emotions that go along with that. You know, I deal with frigid cold and sunburns through my jersey. I deal with all these kind of things, but I don't want you guys to think about what I go through at all today. What I go through pales in comparison to the families that lose loved ones to addiction. I could have died in my addiction. I almost died in my addiction. I probably died in my addiction. I've been woken up a couple of times. No Narcan or anything, but just if I was left there, I don't think I would have made it. And so I could be that guy. Anybody could be that guy or that woman. And so today I am going to ride. There was a person, I'm not going to mention who it was, and so I had met a lady and her brother had come out of addiction, and he was sober, clean, went to seminary, was doing great things for the kingdom, but died 8 years later from liver complications. And so she didn't really feel like I should ride for him because he didn't die from, you know, like in the addiction. And I told her I just ride for anybody, like any circumstance. If somebody's been hit by a drunk driver, I've rode for them before. So today is for the unknown, and this is the first time I've ever done this, I think. But I'm riding for anyone. So if you're out there and you have been watching the videos and you're like, man, I really want to share the name, but I'm too ashamed, or the what happened to them put shame on my family and we hate it. Like, there's so many emotions that go along with this. But today, this ride's for you. And so this ride's going to be a little bit different. I'm riding for anyone who has passed away from addiction-related issues, the unknown, and today is going to be a day of prayer. So what I want you to do, I'm not going to say anything else. I'm not even going to end the video today. The video is going to end when I get to the hotel. And really what kind of spawned this thought of prayer process is I have a friend on Facebook that Karen Weber introduced me to named John Vega. And he's reached out and said, hey, anything you need, let me know. And so anytime someone says that, you know, I say, okay, well, I'll definitely do that. I don't ask, but if you offer, I feel like the Lord wants to use that. And so on Facebook each morning, he posts a prayer. And it's a simple, short, sweet prayer. And it's so good and so fulfilling. And that's just got me thinking a lot about, you know, oftentimes I'm recording all the fun and all the adventure for y'all, but the fact that I'm praying all day in that fast motion section isn't quite carrying through. So look John Vega up if you get a chance on Facebook. You will be blessed by his prayers. He reached out and said that he is going to provide a hotel room for me tonight, so that's where I'm headed to. And all you're going to see throughout this day is the fast motion footage of this ride with some light, slower music. And I want you to pray for these families who've lost loved ones to addiction. It'll be about 10 minutes because this beginning is going to be much longer than normal. But like I said, it's just going to end with me pulling into the hotel room and walking in the hotel door, Lord willing. But throughout this time, I encourage you to pray for these families and have that burden on your heart for them the same way that I do with Redeeming Eden. So, without further ado, let's go to the Lord in prayer.